along this ridge and it was unbelievably hard. It's so steep on either side. Right guys, we've been walking for about an hour and a half from the Cluny Inn, that's where we left the car, and we're planning on doing a walk called the South Glen Shiel Ridge, which takes in 7 Munros, and then we're going to walk back along the road to the car park and find somewhere to camp there. I'll put the names and the heights of all the Munros on the screen right now. I think it's about 25k, maybe 30k, but I'll put the exact distance on the screen. And then tomorrow we're going to find 2 more Munros, maybe the Forcan Ridge, we're not sure yet, depending on weather. We're near the top of the first Munro right now, so we'll catch you guys up there. Right, so we've just made it to the top of the 3rd Munro, and it's taken us just over 3 hours to get here. And we've got 4 more Munros to do, but the views are absolutely unbelievable. I'll spin you around and show you some of them. So we've come all the way along this ridge. That's the first Munro, and then that's the second one. We've just followed it along. And then I think that's the 4th and 5th. Views are unbelievable. Right guys, we just came down from the 3rd Munro up there, and there's steep drops off both sides. It's a really fine ridge, and there's literally not a breath of wind in the air. It's so calm, and we're just following this ridge along all the way to the 4th Munro, which is over there. So we'll continue on and we'll see you guys up there. Right, so we've made it to the top of the 4th Munro, and it's taken us about 4 hours, just over 4 hours to get here. And the views, 360 degrees, are absolutely unbelievable. There's quite a lot of cloud in the sky, but it's a little bit too high to block any of the views. So you can see behind me, south towards the rough bounds of Neudart, and that is Loch Quoich. And you can see even further south towards Ben Nevis and Fort William. And then you can see north as well towards the northern Glen Shiel Ridge. So the views are just unbelievable. So the time is currently 3:45, and we've still got 3 more Munros to do. So we're not actually going to hang about for too long. We're just going to get on with it. So I'll spin you around and show you where we're going. That is the 4th Munro there, and we're just going to follow this ridge all the way along here to the top of the 4th Munro. And then the 5th one's hidden behind it. So we'll continue on and we'll see you guys up there. The top of the 5th Munro is just up there, and you can see all the way along the ridge the Munros we've done today. And if I spin you round, that is the 6th Munro, and you can see all the way down through Loch Earn. It looks absolutely unbelievable. And the last Munro is just hidden right behind it. Just below the 6th Munro on the ridge, you're faced with a wall about 6 or 7 metres tall, and you've got the option to skirt round the side, but it makes for a tough and fun scramble up to the top, and once you get over that barrier, the views open up, and they are just incredible. This is the top of Munro number 6, and Munro number 7 and the last one is actually quite a bit far away, so we're not going to hang about here for long, we're just going to get on with the walk. So this one right here is a Munro top. We actually have to go all the way along there and up to that one, which is the last Munro on the day, and then we'll come down to the road which is just behind that Munro, and then I'll take you over here. We should be able to see the Cluny Inn, which is just there. So we're going to have to walk all the way along the road back to the Cluny Inn, which is where we're going to camp. So we'll get on with it and we'll see you at the top of the 7th Munro. So we've just left the top of the 7th and final Munro of the day, and it's a pretty steep pull down to the road. So we're going to walk down. It'll probably take us an hour and a half, and then it's again about an hour and a half walk back to the Cluny Inn, which is where we're going to pitch the tent. So we won't see you again until we pitch the tent a little bit later. By the time we got off the mountain and back to the spot we were pitching our tents at, it was already pitch black. So we decided to get some well-earned food before a long struggle to put up the tents in the dark. We eventually got there though, and it was now time for an early night to get ready for a big day again tomorrow. Hi guys, it's the morning after, about 7:15, and I've just come away from the tents. You can see them just there. It's quite a clear morning, and depending on the weather, it's actually meant to be good. We're either going to do the saddle, which is, I think, that one and maybe that one, or we're going to do a couple of the hills over in this direction. I think that one and that one. But yeah, it's a really nice morning. There's a enormous stag just over there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's just down there, right next to the Cluny Inn, which is over there. So yeah, we're going to get the tents packed up and then get going. Right, we've decided to do the saddle and Scariest today via the Forcan Ridge. We've been going for about half an hour just from the car down in the valley, but it's a pretty steep pull up from the car pretty much to the top, so we're just going to keep going and I'll show you some of the views near the top. Right, so we've just come up to a fork off in the path, and you can either go along that direction up to Scariest, or you can choose to come up this way to the saddle in the Forcan Ridge, which is where we're heading. The Forcan Ridge covers around 200 metres of ascent in a very short distance, and is one of Scotland's best ridges, though not for the faint-hearted, as it includes multiple airy pinnacles and the infamous 10-metre drop. but don't be put off by its unnerving shape, as it's one of the finest routes to the top of Munro in the whole of Scotland. So that is the Forcan Ridge, and we've come all the way along here, and we're going up there. That is unbelievable. This is just the last bit of the ridge. That is the top of the first Munro of the day, the saddle. Right, we've made it to the top of the first Munro of the day. I think it's 1,010 metres. It's called the saddle, and we've come all the way along this ridge, and it was unbelievably hard. It's so steep on either side, and that's the top there. And you can see over to the second Munro of the day, Scariest. So we're going to sit here for 15 minutes or so and then head towards that. So we just came down off of Scariest, the second Munro of the day, and that over there is the saddle, right there, and that is the Forcan Ridge, following all the way along there, and we came down from the saddle following this snow line just down there. So because that's the last Munro of the day, I'm just going to end the video here. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.